Hi, my name's Dex Murphy and I want you to recognise 4 signs that would show that you're wasting your life. Nothing upsets me more than seeing somebody with so much potential, yet they do nothing about it. In fact, I had a keynote speaking event in front of over 200 school teachers a couple of months ago, and there were people that I met there who had reached the end of their careers, and only to reach that point were left wondering, what if? They were wondering, what if they had actually followed their heart? What if they had chased their dreams? And these people spoke to me about this afterwards, and it really touched me. It's a sad story, but the thing that's even more sad is that it's not an unusual story. In fact, scarily, this is the story of about 90% of people find themselves in at the end of their lives. And the reason why? Because 90% of people live their life on autopilot rather than living their life to the fullest. For the most part, this is because we've been brainwashed by society. We've been told that it's normal just to save money all the way till we get to retirement, and then finally we'll get that chance to live once we've got to 65, 68. We've been told it's normal not to be satisfied at work. We've been told it's normal to hate Mondays. And that's why in today's video I want to highlight 4 signs that you might be living on autopilot, that you might be wasting your life. And if you do recognise these signs in your life, then I really want you to take this as a wake-up call. I want you to take this as a moment of line in the sand. This message might hurt, but I want it to be the source of inspiration for you to change. So please pay close attention to these 4 signs. So let's go. So number 1 sign that you're wasting your life: you live for the weekend. So if you're at that period in your life right now where you can't wait for the weekend, where you hate Mondays, where work feels like it's a slow, dull pain you just have to put up with, where you hate what you do, then this is the first sign that you're wasting your life. There are loads of people out there who just believe that that's just the way that life is, and living for the weekend is just the way that life is. It's not. I'll tell you one of the things that I've discovered from spending almost 2 decades studying human behaviour and psychology. Human beings are amazing at postponing pain. They are amazing at justifying why things should be like this or why things are like this. And as a result, they tolerate the pain of their situation. They give themselves reasons for their situation and are able to tolerate it. I know that this is true. I've done this exact same thing. Sometimes I still catch myself doing it now, if I'm honest. It wasn't that many years ago. I was wasting my life. I hated my work. I was smoking. I was drinking. I was eating excessively to just numb the pain. And I justified that that was normal. Until one day, I finally woke up and I transformed my life. And you can too. Reason number 2, you could be wasting your life: you're not making any meaningful progress. If right now you feel very similar to how you felt last week, last month, last year, and in regards to your behaviour, you're doing the things that are not making any meaningful progress in your life, then you've got to see this as a second sign that you're wasting your life. When I look at my behaviour, my actions, my attitude last week, and if I don't see any differences to how I am this week, then I know that I'm not growing. And the moment you stop growing is the moment you start dying. This is why it's so important for you to acknowledge if this pattern is present in your life. If you're not making any meaningful progress, then you are wasting your life. Now, it's really easy to begin justifying why you're not making any meaningful progress. That little voice in your head will start saying, you see, I'm doing what I'm doing because I want to pay off the mortgage, or I want to do this, or I want to do that, or I'm doing it for my loved ones, or I'm doing it for whatever other bullshit reason you can think of. We're really good at justifying. And this is where That 90% of people that I talked about earlier on, that's what they tell themselves. But the remaining 10%, the 10% who lived their life to the fullest, the 10% who are truly successful, the 10% who are fulfilled, they don't tell themselves that story. The truly successful people are amazing at postponing instant gratification. They're willing to make the short-term sacrifices for that long-term gain. You know that little voice you hear in your head? It isn't going to help you live life to your fullest. That little voice is justifying why in the short term you're not making any meaningful progress. It's giving you reasons, it's trying to make sense of it. But when you take a cold, hard, honest look at this argument, the logic just doesn't add up. The argument is faulty. The little voice is wrong. Spot the sign, start making meaningful progress. Number 3 element of wasting your life. You can't wait for your next holiday. If you simply can't wait to escape from it all, then this has got to be a massive warning sign. I mean, just think about it. You can't wait to escape your life? Or, hang on, yeah, maybe you tell yourself your holidays are what life is all about. And if you work a job you dread and that you're hating, and you only get, 30 days off an entire year, then you're living for 30 days a year. You're saying that your life is only 30 days a year, meaning you're going to spend 335 days of the year unsatisfied? Again, this attitude is conditioned by society to think that it's normal, to think that that is what life is all about. I wasn't brought up in a wealthy family, so I thought that this was normal too. Until I finally began to realise that I didn't want to waste my life waiting to get to 60, 70 years old, where I thought I could finally enjoy life. The reality is, most people who think this, they get to retirement and hit a mountain of disappointment because they suddenly can't escape the truth that they've spent most of their lives and they've chucked it away. They didn't live fully. They wasted 60, 70 years waiting for a false promise. Element number 4, your days are really predictable. If you can predict what's going to happen during the weekday because you're just doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again in regards to your work, then this is another sign that you're wasting your life. This is a sign that you're not aligning with your heart and not taking action towards what you truly desire. This is a sign that you're not tuned in to what you were born to do. When I got clear in regards to what I believe I was born to do, I began to align my values with the things that I must achieve. And since then, I've transformed big parts of my life. I've stopped drinking, I've stopped smoking, I lost 30 pounds in weight, I've got fit, I've started a leadership and life coaching business, I've written and released 2 books, I've created an online training academy, and I get to influence and speak to thousands of people a year in various training courses and keynote speeches. Now, I'm not saying this right now to impress you at all. I'm saying this to impress upon you, to make you realise no matter where you are in your life, you can transform yourself. You are at the stage where if your days are so predictable and you know what's going to happen day after day after day, then this is a sign that life is trying to wake you up. Take notice and take action. Like I said right at the beginning, what upsets me most is seeing somebody with so much potential and yet they don't do anything about it. That somebody today is you. As human beings, we are amazing at justifying why we should remain where we are. We're amazing at hiding the fact that we're actually in pain. Please let this video wake you up. So you get up and you do what it takes to make your dreams, your goals, your wants a reality. So one of the tips I can give you right now, if you want to change your life, to transform your life, if you have a change in your internal mindset and you create the goals that inspire you to take action you need to live life to the max. You cannot meet a single self-made billionaire or millionaire who has not got a millionaire or a billionaire goal setting process. So commit to learning how to do what they do. So spot the people that are doing the thing that you want to do, being who you want to be, and learn what they do. If you're somebody who wants to go all in and want to learn about how to stop wasting your life instead of reaching the biggest goals you can envisage, then make sure you apply to join the Leadership Academy. Because this academy, I provide master level training that's going to help you set and achieve your biggest goals, to level up your life, and to be able to get rid of the limiting beliefs that allow you to live life on your terms, not anybody else's.